for the best.
Hope for the best. Way to go, team leader. It's ridiculous. I would never say that. I would never say that. Hope for the best, darling. Hope for the best. It worries me when the team leader says hope for the best.
Hello, everyone. I am but an awkward comrade. I welcome you all to subscribe, queens, peens, and everything in between. So let's get into it. Well, we got time to get into it. I just want to say the way they did Merrie in that flashback, that was low. Okay, you can't deny that you didn't see that, right? And you were like, "Oh my God, they are petty for this next level petty girl. Why they got to do her like that?" Like, I know it was something small, but still. Anywho, let's get into it. We got time to get into it. Oh my God, this episode. The Boulets, they posted a little pic on their Instagram, or not Instagram, on Twitter, and it was just basically like a nuke, right? Just to like exemplify exactly what this episode was. Quite accurate, okay? Quite accurate. But let's get into it while we get time to get into it. It's fucking freezing this morning, right? It's freezing. I woke up with like a minor cold. Oh my gosh. Girl, the weather, I was not ready for this, okay? I was still in my booty shorts and my fucking boxy tops. I was not ready for this weather, but let's get into it. So I have a little gist, all right? Spoilers included. This is how I basically do reviews, okay? I'm not gonna sit here and hold your hand and do a whole song and dance about, well, this happened, then that happened, then we went down the yellow brick road and we ran into the goblin, and the goblin did, like, no. My whole thing is basically to give you the highlights of everything that stood out this episode, the good and the bad, and just a couple of, one-liners, and then, y'all can watch the show for yourself because it's an amazing show, all right? They kill it every single week, slaying it every single week. It's so worth it. Trust me, like, don't listen to, what someone else said about the app having issues. Just check it out for yourself, okay? Let's get into it while I got time to get into it. Number one. Congrats to Dolly, yay! Woo! Dolly for the win. I called it too. Last week I said Dolly had a much deserved win, and he was just that close. And then this time around, I'm like, yes, bitch, take that shit. So, Dolly for the win. I predicted it, and Dolly got the win, and I'm like, yes, finally, like. Because sometimes that lack of morale can really fuck you up when you feel like you're just there and it's just taken from you. So, congrats to Dolly. Next, we got the classic rock out with your ball sack out challenge. Now, I loved this one in the last season, loved it in the season 2. The classic battle of the bands, rock out with your ball sack out, girl. That epic throwdown for the showdown. Now, both teams were split into 2, and one was assigned for the sake of drama. Now, apparently, both had one had Zava, the other had Merrie, but the Boulets made it very clear, breaking that fourth wall that. We're assigning these teams for the sake of drama. So I'm like, okay, way to break the fourth wall there. Okay. Dolly, Saint, Zava, and Hosa were the first team versus Sigourney, Merrie, Betty, and Jade. Next, we have a side convo with Jade and Merrie, which allowed us to warm up to Jade a little bit more. I brought up the whole thing about how I feel she's invisible. Well, that was addressed this episode. I'm like, girl, everything I was bringing up, it's literally manifesting in the goddamn episode. I'm like, what the fuck? Are people watching my reviews? Now, I'm a nobody out here, so I'm not going to reach that far. But I'm just saying, I'm predicting a lot of things that are literally manifesting into these episodes. So let's continue. That little side convo that Merrie and Jade had, I don't know, like, it's stuff like that make us love see a stronger side of Merrie besides her kind of just talking shit all the time. It's like, I want more of that from you, Merrie. Come on, girl. Can we just get more of that? Why we always gotta get you shit talking people? So, moving on. Lots of Merrie versus other contestants this episode. Now, that is one thing I noticed. This episode was heavily everyone versus Merrie. And not because everyone just wanted to go at her, literally because she had a lot of negative to say. Like Hoso even brought it up, how when you're in a challenge where it's like you're competing against another team, it's the worst time to want to have bicker and disagreements amongst your own team. I felt like the things that Merrie was nitpicking were very petty in a sense, that at least you guys got to come together. You folks got to come together on something, girl. Like, come on, girl. Like, for once, set aside the differences. That's all I'm saying. So everyone versus Merrie was very much what this episode was given, and it absolutely was the theme of this episode. I wrote down Saint and her distinct sexy braids. Saint always giving, always serving up that real, serving up that distinct, serving up that uniqueness. Saint has such a, she does, okay, I hope this doesn't sound any certain way, like I hope this doesn't come off wrong, but as a person of color, for her to really just find these unique ways, like, I know someone that often tells me that it's a lot more difficult when you have darker skin to pull off certain makeup looks, but Saint always finds a way to make it so unique to where, like, it's almost like, because of her skin color, she just finds more unique ways to work around what could be a little bit more difficult, with darker skin tone. So I very much respect that, and I very much love that she does those extra efforts to be just so unique with it, despite, like, she just stands out. She just has a look that's just very distinct from others. Now, and she always finds a way, so congrats, girl. Continued consistency from Dolly, Zava, Sigourney, and Betty. They kept up the fire from the previous episode. Fucking Zava doing cartwheels on the goddamn stage. Fucking slaying shit, rocking shit. Literally untucked, uncut, ain't give a fuck. Dolly, this was Dolly's challenge. When I saw, like, when they announced this challenge, I'm like, Dolly's gonna fucking dominate. And I'm like, thank fucking God that Dolly got the win. Hoso was pretty damn unique this challenge. Hoso was Hoso, their usual drag manifested into kind of like this challenge, but Hoso was still unique. Zava, Dolly, Sigourney. Oh my God, when she came out with the fans and shit, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't been the biggest fan of Sigourney because I feel like her drag in this contest can be a bit repetitive, but when she came out with the fucking fans and shit, like she's gonna fucking, like she's that one chick off Avatar, but a lot more, pretty. She fucking mesmerized me with the fucking blade sticking out of her goddamn, whatever the fuck they call them shits. Okay, they're spiky and you could probably pierce your fucking skin on them. When she came out like that, I was like, damn, girl had me mesmerized in her individual performance. Basically, when the contest went down, you had, a very cohesive team on Dolly's part, a very inconsistent team on Sigourney's part. And that was that, basically. It was kind of very much giving like last season, but basically there wasn't like a stop in the performance. With the mishaps, people just basically continued. And again, we're not seeing everything that's going on. I'm like, girl, let us see it. We're missing so much because of the way things are being edited. Like they're edited like they're on such a time constraint. And I get the they got so much to fit in there and they can't get everything. But still, girl, I want to see like the uncut version of this show or something. Um, I also wrote slippers with a question mark, like Reggie, Scooby Dooby Doo, like slippers. That's a first for apparently. That's a first, okay? That's apparently a first where a certain contestant, I don't want to bring them up in this video because I know that they're already gonna kind of Merrie. There we go. Okay, wore slippers so she wouldn't slip. Oh my girl. Okay, top sins of Dragula. I'm gonna let y'all answer this in the comments. Let's get the discussion going. What are the top sins of Dragula? Kid club boots or slippers? Slippers. Girl had on slippers during that performance. Let me know in the comments. This was the first time the Boulets ever said that they were disappointed in underwhelmed in a performance challenge. That's a first, I believe, from what I've at least seen. That I believe that's like a first for me. Like I can't recall the last time they've said that. So that was a bit underwhelming, if we're going to be repetitive here. Jade's invisibility is once again addressed, but this time by the Boulets. I was like, it's about time that we, got a little, got that, addressed. I'm like, it's about time, girl, because I do feel like she's just kind of getting by. But this episode, which brings me into my next point, Jade was opening up more. She was pushing, after her conversation with Merrie, she was really pushing to try to be a little, she could definitely go there all the way, but a little more Jade, and yeah. With that being said, I personally felt like she's getting there, but girl, with Merrie out of the, oh my god, I just spoiled the next part. With out of the way, I want to see her pipe up more. We had explosive drama from start to finish, okay? Especially in the cauldron, after, all the judging process. And a very poetic episode, right? Which basically resulted in the extermination of Merrie. Now, for me, I'm a little disappointed. I wanted to see more of Merrie, but there were things being brought up throughout this episode that kind of surprised me. Like, this is not like a Merrie, we're not gonna I don't want to dedicate this video to to dunk on a drag artist. We're not doing that here. But yeah, basically this was a very poetic episode that kind of just resulted in you could kind of see the extermination coming because of how everything that was happening to this artist, but they went out in a very Thanos type of way. They just went out swinging and not holding back punches. So, and at least at the end of the day, Merrie still had one of her stronger performances. We saw her grow, but still, she she went out in a way where it was she kind of left a bad impression on at least her other contestants. So, and last but not least, a sensual thigh-crushing extermination. That's exactly verbatim what I wrote here. Having one's head crushed between thighs of some nice hunk, basically, in your face, smushed against his cock, god damn, if you saw them strippers in the beginning and they were dancing on the poles with them nice ass bulges, I'm like, I don't know if it's the underwear or what you're packing down there, honey, but I want it all. I'm here for it. I'm here for it all, okay? And basically, they tease it in the beginning, like they've been doing, and basically, I didn't even talk about the extermination. I don't think I need to talk about that whole process, but basically, girl got crushed between at least it was a pleasant extermination. Of all exterminations, that's the extermination I want to experience. It's literally like the meme where you're getting crushed between some thick ass thighs. Girl, that's how I want to go out. But that's about all that I have. Dragula season 4. Episode 4 spoilers. You have been spoiled, okay? My freaky little freaks out there. And with that being said, I'm but an awkward comrade. I welcome you all to subscribe. Queens, peens, and everything in between. And I'll see you all in the next one. Oh, is there any like last minute things I need to address? Mm, I'm loving this season so far. I'm loving it. I'm loving it so much. I had to like I lost like 3 hours of sleep just for this, just to watch this episode back like twice. I'm like, girl, why am I staying up this late? I gotta take a shower. And I'm staying up this late for this shit. Like, girl, but it's worth it. It is worth it. Dragula is worth it. So with that being said, I'm but an awkward comrade. I welcome you all to subscribe, yada yada yada, and I'll see you all in the next one. Good night. Let's get the discussion flowing. If y'all wanna, follow me for Dragula content, that's totally what I'm here for. I'm here for all that jazz. I love this show. It's so unique. It's so distinct, and it's clapping booty cheeks. So, you know, grab it by the ball sack, fuck it in the ass. Let's get on episode 5. Good night.